I went to the shaved ice stand and we'd get a pina colada delight all the time. We'd ride our bikes up there. It was a tradition. It was something for the local kids to do. And I was over the road at the time saving up money, and I had money in a shoebox. I sent $1,000 here, $1,000 there to my sister. And my sister called me one day and said, "Hey, they're selling the shaved ice stand." And I said, "Why?" She said she's just getting too old. She's done it for 20 plus years. She's done with it. And I was like, "Oh, well, someone's going to get it." And then they said that she was going to sell it. Rumors started going around she was selling it to someone in Jeff City. And that's when I was like, no, that can't. That was our stand. So I called her up. I said, "Hey, how much in the shoebox?" She said, $17,500. I said, "Walk that shoebox up to her and see if she'll sell it to you right now." So she walked.
Is that how you bought it?
She walked a shoebox. I was in a different state. I was in Wyoming.
Doing what? What were you doing in Wyoming?
I was hauling RVs.
Oh, because you were driving, you were trucking.
Yeah,
That's what you were doing for a living at the time.
So I called her and said, "Take that whole shoebox up there and offer a shoebox with $17,500 cash in it." She called me up and she said, "You own a shaved ice stand now."
Cool.
No clue. I don't know how to make shaved ice. I didn't know. I didn't walk through it. That thing could have been a termite infested, whatever. But yeah, that's how it worked. And
so did she show you how to do everything?
Yeah, and once again, same thing. The same. You're going to see this pattern a lot in a lot of our conversations, and you've lived it. Whether or not we've acknowledged it, you've lived it. Of she came in strong. She had a passion. The passion. If you don't evolve with your own passion, then there's when you become, what's the right word, stagnant in your own setup. Then the times start to overlap you. So for what she did, for what she knew, she was passionate about what she did. But there was so much more opportunity. So the same thing, we came in.
Because it was a pretty small stand.
Yeah. And I kept that stand for years. Because that was my catch. That was my, the lady who sold to me wasn't big on the internet. Internet wasn't big back then. And I was traveling. So I still traveled. And then I came back during the summer. So I would go to South Carolina to be taught by 1-800 Shaved Ice. I would go down to Louisiana to get New Orleans Shaved Ice and learn about the snowballs and learn about the...
And I was getting paid in the off seasons?
Yes. I was traveling. Yeah.
So you bought the stand and you were running in the summer, and then you go back to trucking in the winter.
Yeah.
Like when you couldn't have it open.
Yeah.
And then you did it out of the stand.
Yep.
And so that's like in the wintertime, that's when you were going to all these places.
Every day, knowledge. Yeah. Anywhere I can learn the tricks, the techniques. And then, because they would make 5 gallons at a time. And I would learn how to make the simple syrup by itself and then mix small portions. So I can make you shaved ice syrup the size of a shot glass, whereas they had to make it in huge quantities. So the reason why they only had 20 flavors and we were able to go to 100, because we were no longer storing in bulk, we found ways to get it down.
Yeah, store it with lots of.
If you created a machine in your business that different style creatines could be mixed with the proper water right there, where they'd walk up, put their money in, press a button, and get it like that, you'd probably make a lot of money, because they're not over there doing the shake thing, doing the whatever thing. But it's finding a need, finding a void, finding a way in small portions. So now instead of selling giant things, you can get it like a regular soda fountain situation, or the coffee cup. They drop the cup, and out comes. So
I thought about that too.
It's kind of
like that, and I was thinking about that long before I even bought a gym.
Yeah,
I was like, because I remember going to gyms and having to carry my tub of protein in, and my pre-workout and all this stuff in.
Yep.
And if you leave it in your car, the sun dries it up and it's all clumpy in that side, and it kind of sucks if they don't have lockers at the gym. You can't leave it there.
Right.
And I'm like, wouldn't it be so cool just to be able to have your shaker cup? You pay 50 cents or $1 and drops right in, shake it up, and walk out.
That's the same theory as what she did. So she thought that you can only do a gallon at a time. So 40 gallons at what, 8 pounds a gallon? That starts to add up in that little trailer. That shelf was starting to get, so we were able to make changes through knowledge, through research, and we built the passion. Did I have a passion for shaved ice prior to buying that? No, my passion was business, finding a void and filling it in the town I lived in. So that's what we did. We did the best we could. We ripped it out. We started fresh. And then, and once again, she believed it. She believed when she sold it to me.
You're saying when you ripped it out and started fresh. You're talking the inventory?
I'm talking about the building. We took that trailer down to the walls. We ripped out the counters. We had to, it's like a tiny home for a business. We had to create space. We had to go online and find the world's smallest NSF approved sink. It came out of an espresso cart in New York.
NSF approved.
NSF is National Foods, NFS, sorry. NFS, National Food Safety.
Okay.
So when the health inspector walks in, they're going to say, is it NFS? So that cup may be good. This cup may be real good now, but if you can't clean it really good, then it's not going to be approved for situation.
It's so crazy the things that they can like regulate
little
like
details.
that. Yeah.
You should have saw how small the sink was. It was a joke. I thought it was like a Barbie playhouse, but it was approved. We
Yeah.
found it, so it was approved. So we had to, but it was really cool taking that challenge, and then we've expanded on it, and we won't jump from place to place to place yet. But that was a big thing, is converting old thinking into new thinking. And it's the same thing there. We can go into details of how we did it, but when you take an idea, you take someone's passion, you say, I can add to it. I can bring more to the table. And it's not because they weren't capable. Their mind just was stuck in their past. And when it started, that's how it worked. And so I got to tell myself daily to stay open-minded without getting crazy. So how can you make something better without going off and buying 2 more popcorn machines? Because that was a little crazy. But yeah, I mean, that was one of those things to where I think the shaved ice stand. Oh, sorry, I got distracted on the story of, so I bought it. Remember, I was young, just got back in, hired my sister, a couple of her friends from school. We're going to get started. And then at the time, and she's with us now, the time the lady of the bowling alley saw a bunch of punk kids coming in, and she's like, you can't be here anymore. So for 10 or 20 years, the stand sat in the same spot, same everything. And then overnight, the minute I bought it, I started out with a, get out.
They kicked you out. Yeah. Because that was something, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
They, that's what I was wondering. I was like, did he get a lot with it? Anything like
Nope.
that? So they were just allowing this lady
They were renting to her $300 a month.
rent. Oh, she was $300 a month?
I know, they're making some money, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's
Prime location right across from McDonald's.
I guess so, but
So
man,
you
the
get your
parking
hands
lot
on
wasn't that nice.
No, oh no, it was junk. It
Wow.
was junk.
But okay, so that was a big question I had was, did you get a lot or how'd that work out? So you buy it and then they immediately evict you.
They immediately evict me. So we closed for that season because
Yeah.
we had nowhere to go.